Hello, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for coming to join me again. I just wanted to do another video on things that I make after I've finished making a couple of journals. When I was with you last time, we made some pockets, and I think I don't think I'd done the castle one, so I've done the castle, the bird, we did the flip, I did another one with a bird on, so I've got 4 pockets. I've still got the 2 pages that we did. Obviously still, because they've not gone anywhere. I've also done a couple of flips, so they'll go on the side of the page and they will flip out. So this is all Rachel's, some of her ephemera and bits. So that one was a flip. Yeah, that one. I did this one that goes the other way, and that one that goes that way, and another one there. So these have all got to be stitched around yet, but there. So how many flips did I get? 1, 2, 3. So I've got 5 flips, and then I've got a bundle of tags. So the ones that we did together, I've done that one extra. I love that image of Marie Antoinette. I looked at which little bits of paper we had left over, so I've made those, and they're all backed in one form or another. I didn't put much, I put the butterflies on that one, but this is Lulu's paper, and I just thought that was nice as a tag as it was. That's one of Rachel's just fussy cut out, and that one, and the Tracy labels. And again, that's one of Lulu's, and I just put a little rose on it. And then a little bird, another bird, a flower, and a butterfly. So I've got quite a few done. Just put them out the way. So hopefully they'll go towards another journal that I make with Rachel's papers. And the other thing that I wanted to make is I like to put sometimes little booklets in the journals in one of the pockets at the front or the back. And I haven't got any left. So I thought I would show you how I make those. So to try and speed it up a bit, because I don't like folding paper when it's got wet glue in between, I've just these are photocopied just on normal copy paper, because this is what was left over from the Chateau kit that I was using for collaging and doing tags and things. So what I've done is I've just stuck another piece of copy paper onto the back of it, and I'm going to use these to make my little booklets. So I think the ones that I'd made before, when they're folded, they're about 4 inches and about 6.5 inches tall. And then I know that they will roughly fit inside a journal. So I know that this is going to be a little bit too big, I would think. Get my ruler. This is a quilting ruler that I use because I used to do, well, I still do quilting. And I'm just so used to using it for measuring things that I've just never, and I haven't got anything else that I could use actually. So this, I want it to be about 6 inches. So I'm going to cut that down. And these little bits I'm going to hang on to because I can use them for tabs and things. And I think 6 inches is, if I did it 7 inches, I might do this one 7 inches. There's no right or wrong what size you do them as. So if I take you through one, they're really simple. So all it is, as I say, is 2 pieces of paper that's been glued wrong sides together. I like to put some fabric down the spine because it just gives it that little bit of stability. So that's the front, that's the back. And I've got some, I actually have my little pot of odds and ends of fabrics. So when I get a snip left over, oh, that's a nice piece, but I don't know if there's enough of it. When I get some bits left over, I might use that one. I put them in here, and they come in useful for tags and things like that. There's little bits, long bits, all sorts of bits in here. Just looking for some of the longer pieces. That might yep, that would work perfectly. So it's just a thin piece. This is probably what I've had left over from when I've been doing ruffles. But as I say, I like to use it just to strengthen the spine a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Just looking to where my glue is. And this one will do. It's not very straight, is it? As in straight, I mean it's not been ironed very well. So I'm going to put some rough glue roughly down the middle, down the edge. So I hope that you're all okay. The weather here in the UK has turned really miserable. It's chucking it down with rain outside. It's really not nice at all. I'll just stick that on there. There we go. And then we'll just snip that off. These aren't very sharp scissors, but they'll do. There we go. That can go back in my pot because that can be tabs again. And then again this, put some glue down the centre. I mean, they're not difficult to make, as I say, and I just find them really useful. And I think people do appreciate just that little bit extra, either journaling space or just extra odds and ends of papers, you know, anything that you have left over, really. I never get that perfectly in the middle, but I'm not worried about it at all. After all, it is a junk journal, isn't it? There we go. So I don't want to crease that for a little minute. I just want the glue to set with that. So I'll do another one while I'm waiting. So this is again one of Rachel's papers. I think it's from her green kit, and then I've backed it with her collage papers. So I'm thinking I might be able to get 2 out of here, but I'm going to do them a little bit smaller because obviously it's an A4 sheet of paper. So they're going to be a little bit shorter in length, but as I say, it doesn't matter, does it? It's just something to put inside a pocket in the journal. And again, I've got some green, which is quite handy given that they are green. So I'll use that on this one. Getting some glue down the middle. I find that this, you know, okay, these are bigger pieces of paper left over, but the first piece that I've used, that was actually half a sheet of A4. Needs to be a bit longer, doesn't it? As I say, that I'd used for collaging. And as I said at the start, you know, it doesn't matter what size your booklet is. You might want to make it bigger, smaller. It really depends on the type of journal that you're making. I don't think I'm going to have enough of that green to do the next one with, but I don't particularly want them to be exactly the same. And I wouldn't decorate the fronts until I knew what journal it was going in, and then I could decorate it accordingly. Ooh, what do you think? Might just get it out. I don't particularly want to use that one, do I? Let me just have a rummage in my pot, one moment. Hi, sorry, my camera didn't click back on when I thought it had. So I've got 3 now that I've done. So the glue should be just about dry on that fabric. And just refold it. There's 1, 2, and 3. And I think it's always good to have them in different sizes because we do journals in different sizes, don't we, with different pockets in. Sometimes I like to put a kind of pocket on the insides. Let's see what I've got. What would I use? I think I might use this actually. So again, I'm using up a piece of paper that I've had left over. I only want it to be, see, even that's going to be too, because it's only a little book, I only want just a little bit. So I have one in the front and one in the back. You just get some extra book paper. Okay, so as I say, these are only copy paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to strengthen these by putting them on a piece of book page, glue them on, and then I'll cut them to size. So these are going to be inside pockets on the first booklet. You don't have to put extra pockets in. It's, you know, this is just the way that I'm doing it. So if you don't want to, don't worry about it. Whatever you want to do is fine by me. Just cut those out and then I can size them. Oops. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing okay. Gosh, I've got sticky fingers already. It's absolutely pelting it down outside. It's not been fit to walk the dog, so she's got the sulks. She's gone into a basket and she says she's not coming out until she's taken for a walk. But if I try and take her out in the rain, she kind of closes her eyes and blinks at me, and I'm not going. It's too wet. Don't make me go. So she'll also have a look out each of the doors just to make sure that there's no rain out the back door or the front door when it's raining. So I'm just going to cut those to size. And then that one as well. I put a couple of these in my French Chateau booklet. And again, I'm not going to throw these out because now that I've put some paper on the back, they're actually quite stable, so they'll make nice tags as well. So I want to put one that side and I want to put one that side. And I think I might want to make a hole, not a hole, what do you call it? Just trying to find my hole punch. The thing that you put in it to show it's a pocket. I didn't think it would quite cut properly because it's still wet paper. That's okay. There we go. Get rid of those little bits. So they're going to go, oops daisy, on that side and one that side. And then I'm going to stitch all the way around it, so those pockets will be stitched in. So I'm going to go and do that, so bear with me one moment. Okay, back again. So all that I've done is, I don't know if you can see, but I've zigzagged all the way around it, and then that has caught those pockets in place there. So that's somewhere that you'd put a tag or something, or, you know, whatever you wanted to put in there. And then I just want to add some pages to it and it's done. It really is that simple. So I've got some offcuts of papers that I've been using on different projects. That's a bit too long, isn't it? Just trim it down a snippet. Yeah, that would be all right. Some of these are a little bit too long. I don't like them to, obviously, to overhang. Just looks messy. Well, I don't want it poking out the bottom of the book. So I'm just going to cut some of them a little bit shorter. There should be some shorter ones in here. So what have I got? Got a book page, so I'll put a book page in there. And then the idea of this is that it's just something that somebody can use, either to use as extra journaling space, or maybe take the papers, you know, tear them out and use them as part in the journal somewhere. Have I got any more book pages in here? Got one there. That sticks out a little bit, doesn't it? just trim that down a little way. I think it's just something that's quick and easy to make, and it just gives that little bit extra. How does that look like? Could have a few more, couldn't it? So what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5. Another writing page. 5, 6. One of those. 7. A longer one, a shorter one. Pink one. 7, 8, 9. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 18 pages altogether, isn't it? Cut that one down and add that, I think. Just different, oh, where is it here? Just different widths, different, oh, not upside down, Carol. Oh, still too big. Silly me. Can't even measure straight this afternoon, can I? Yeah, I don't want it too bulky because obviously it's going to be popped in the front of a journal. So let me just shove those out the way. Yeah, so there's only, you see there's just a few in there. So I'll now stitch that in. If I can find the centre of it. Oh, that was it, that one, wasn't it? I need a little paper clip. So I just do these with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and my thoughts are as well that, you know, once these papers have been used, they can be replaced and the cover could be reused. Let's just thread this up. I should have got this ready beforehand, shouldn't I? Again, not thinking. So these, I don't use wax thread on this. I just use, this is actually crochet cotton. Can't see what I'm doing to thread the needle. My daughter-in-law did my nails for me as well, so when I first have them done, I always find it a little bit awkward. That's it. So I've got my ball, bradawl, whatever it is that we use, and I'm just going to roughly poke a hole in the middle. One down there, and then that one's going to go roughly. And the only thing I would, oh, it's a tough one. The only thing that I would advise when you're adding papers is whatever paper you have in the middle, you need to make sure that the holes are within it, because otherwise you end up not securing it very well. I don't think I've quite got that through. That's it. So there's not many pages in here, so it's doing it with the crochet cotton's perfect. It's fine. It holds it. That one came through those, didn't it? Oh, come on, Carol. You want one side and one the other of the central. I don't know where that's pinked to. Oh dear. Sorry. There we go. I didn't damage myself in the process after all. Now I'm just going to tie that in a bow. And then knot the bow. It's not going to come undone, is it? There we go. And then I'll just cut these down. Then there we have just a little booklet with those pages in. So you can see it doesn't take long to make it. You know, it's something that's just quick and easy. It uses up those odd bits of paper that you didn't know what to do with. And you've got a pocket. Hang on a minute. I've got a couple of cards here. These are probably too big, but you've got a pocket there. Oh no, it would fit, look, that you can put in some journaling cards if you wanted to. So that's ready. That one's good to go. You can, sometimes I do tie some ribbon around it, but I leave it like that until I'm ready to use it, and then I know what I want to do with it. So having done that one, these would be exactly the same. Put pockets, the other pockets, sorry, I'm just trying to find some bits of paper that you could use in these. You could do, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I know you can't see the bird, but, sorry birdie. Although actually, well, you could see the bird like that, but he's tipping on his back. Do we mind that the bird's tipping on his back? Or would we rather? I think I'd rather have the roses than the bird tipping on his back. So those would just be corner pockets. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on that just to kind of hold it together, so it's not flapping about while I'm sewing it. So it's just a little, it's just that kind of different look than the other one, because it's got a corner pocket rather than the long tall pocket. So you can mix them up however you want to. I'm just going to stick that on there, and that one. I'll trim any overhang off as well, and they're not in the middle, so that's fine. So I'll just go and stitch this one moment. Okay, so I'm back again. So that's all I've done again is zigzag all the way around it. You can see it isn't a firm booklet. I mean, if you wanted to make it firmer, you certainly could, but I find that they are quite durable, and I use one of these actually in my handbag when I go shopping, for shopping lists and things and receipts. So again, some papers. What have I got? Will these fit? Yeah, they'll fit okay. So I've got one, too big. Use that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Use that little one. Needs some snipping off that, doesn't it? So as you can see, oopsie-daisy, I'm using all sorts of different sizes of paper. It's just what I've got laying around. I'm going to put that in the middle because I want to make sure I catch it. How many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not counting that one. Six. 7. 8. That one too big? Yeah, that one's too big. Well, let's have a nice pretty pink one in there. I'll snip a bit off it. It's another way of using all your smaller pieces of, yeah, that feels nice. And they don't overhang, so that'll do nicely. And I don't know where my clip, oh, it's right over there. Found it. Don't panic, you can stop searching, folks. Just pin that on there. My needle. So again, roughly in the middle. Down a little ways. And up there. Oh, I can hear hubby's got the kettle on. He does look after me when I'm doing these. So just stitch that again, 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So the way I do it, I've seen other people do it, and I guess we all do this differently as well. Down to the bottom, up to the top, back in the middle, not through my strings. Make sure there's one either side. Oh, take that off without pinging. Knot. And a bow, and then I'll just tie that extra knot into the bow. Cut those a bit shorter. Brilliant. So again, so that's 2. So what are we at? We're at 26 minutes, and I know that I glued these papers together, but as I say, I didn't want them, they don't fold properly when they're wet, do they? So again, just those extra papers and bits of kit page that you have left over, you know, use them. They can be written on. Don't chuck them, always use them. And these pockets, Rachel's little tags, fit in there nicely. And they're all backed as well. So they will go in my Rachel box, ready to be used in one of my future journals. So I'm going to carry on and make a few more so that I've got a good choice when it comes to making a journal and filling it. So I hope that you might have found this useful. And again, thank you so very much for coming to join me. I really, really do appreciate it. But take care, everybody, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.